Hey guys, Spartan from SpartanTrading.com here. Today is June 2nd. You can just see it. June 2nd, 2021. Today we're going to be looking at just a couple different trade reviews from today. There was a whole bunch of stuff that was moving. If you guys traded on Wednesday the 2nd, 2021, you probably would have known and would have seen how crazy the market was. It was great. This video will probably be out on Thursday, so day after. But anyways, let's take a look at a couple of the trades that I did today. So I'll go through some options trades, some equity trades, whatever. First one I'll just kind of go through is this LMND trade, which basically what I was looking for on this was a breakout on the daily for continuation to the upside after that 50 MA was taken out into this range resistance area, which was like 99.40, I believe. And essentially, I think it got right to that resistance point at the end of the day. Yep, 99.30, so pretty close. But anyways, I took 100 calls on this LMND, and I got them at 65, sold a whole bunch at 100%, and I swung the rest. And, the actual calls themselves, I think, well, now they're up over 200%, or we're up over 200% at some point in the day. But just basically holding them for continuation just because this market's had a lot of continuation for these types of moves on the upside. And one of the things I look at for continuation is simply if it closes near the highs at the end of the day with volume, then obviously it's going to have a higher probability of continuation. So decided to hold it. We'll see what it, see how it works out, see how it pans out tomorrow. So that's one trade I want to talk about. So you can see 100% locked in, up to 200% ish on the trade right now. Not bad. Another one is this Kodak, which Kodak was a pretty good trade. As well. This one, basically breaking out on the daily. I was looking at, obviously these meme stocks and these beaten down names are running. You want to look for sympathy plays. So I was going through my lists and I found Kodak before anyone was on it. So basically we got in right after it was breaking above the 50 MA. You can see this is where we got in right there, and the buys and sells, etc. right here. So we got in at 10 cents, whole bunch of it. Sold some at 100%, 200%. Actually added a little bit on the flag and then sold a bunch at 55, and I'm holding some over the night as well. So 450% options trade from start to finish, and obviously holding it on overnight as well. And again, closed out strong, and you're getting continuation of this market, so no reason to exit that position. So there's another one right there. Let's take a look at a couple different equity trades. I think BTX is a pretty decent one. Basically, a whole bunch of different scalps going on this one. Throughout the day as it ran to the upside. Basically got into it, sold into the pops, got into it, sold into the pops, adding into it as it flag breaks to the upside, and then selling into the pops again as it was pushing. All in all, it was about like a 1 point trade. Let me just pop up the actual execution so you can see it. There we go. There. So you can see all the executions. I actually had a little bit overnight as well. So I sold some at 17.55, bought again more at 17.30, sold it at 18, 16, 18.10s, 18.10, 17, 17, whatever. Bought a little bit more at 18.49. This one didn't work, so I got stopped out of that one for like a 40-cent loss and change. Bought more at the 18.18, had a tight stop, got stopped out of the 18.70s, bought more at 18.87, sold some at 19.07, 19.54. Bought more, added into that position, then sold the rest at 20.26 and 19.40. So all in all, it's about like I would say a 1.5 point trade with some of the losses built in there. So pretty good trade though. Overall, nice and profitable. And obviously it was running and continuing to push to the upside the entire day. So not too shabby. Let's take a look at NVAX, which is another great example of a solid equity trade today. This one was, I kind of sold it a little bit early, but I did roll into options on the actual position. So got into the trade, all the way back down here. It's around that 146, 70 level, and then basically just scaled out as it went. 147, 149, 151, and then held the last piece until around 162, and it started to pull back, and just ended up exiting the rest of that position there. And then I actually did roll into some of the options, 200s, which I ended up selling for like 25-cent gain, which, it didn't really look like it was going to have too much more in it. That was going to juice up the option. So essentially just decided to get out of that. So, not a bad trade, but on the option side, not a bad trade. The equity was a fantastic trade. You can see the executions here, 147, and whoops. There you go. So not bad there. 18-point trade-ish to the upside from start to finish. Might be a little bit more, a little bit less. I don't know. Anyway, so not bad there. A couple other nice trades I want to take a look at with you guys. This, where are you? There you are. So this BlackBerry, which was a quick little scalp, and this is one of those types of trades that I like to go over because it's more of a momentum-driven trade, and it's not necessarily a technically driven trade. It's more so watching the L2 playing the volume, and especially on the option side, kind of playing that volume and taking advantage of it. Because you know when you do get parabolic moves on an underlying stock, the options tend to get massive premium spikes in them. And this BlackBerry was no exception. So BlackBerry, same sort of concept here. Let me actually just bring up the options. Here she goes. So basically, it started to move to the upside. I got in at around the 122 level, sold some at 150s, added more at 170s, and then got this massive parabolic move and ended up unwinding 3/4 of it at 327, and then it pulled back to this ad area, and it just ended up getting stopped out the rest. But all in all, I mean, from start to finish, this is, again, call it a 150% trade, I guess. And again, I'll pop up the executions. Let me just find it. Here you go. And these were the 20 calls, actually. So grab the 20 calls, 127, 147 sold subs, added more at 175, sold majority at 375, and then the rest got stopped out at 183. So it was a quick little trade. I don't think it lasted very long. I think it maybe like 10 minutes. Yeah, actually it lasted okay, a decent amount of time. Majority of the move was done within 25, 30 minutes though. So quick little trade, just taking advantage of the momentum. When you start to see these types of movement, where just volume starts building, it starts to push, range break to the upside, you can take advantage of those breakouts if you're in this type of environment where you're getting a lot of follow through on the upside. So that was that. And the last one I want to maybe talk about is, let's see here. Oh, this IRBT. That's right. So IRBT, this one was, again, I was going through my old runner list from January. What ran, IRBT was on that list. If you guys remember, it had like a 100-point spike, and I was basically wanted to anticipate a big move in it. So what we did is we got into the 120 calls on IRBT for June, and I was looking for premiums to start to get juiced up as it curled to the upside. It broke out, ended up pushing back through the last day's highs and getting continuation through the 50 MA to the upside on the daily chart towards the next range resistance level, which now is around the 113 level, and then above that you're going to be into the 117s. So we ended up grabbing the, I don't know if you can see it here. I'm pretty sure it was the first buy of the day. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, we were. But yeah, it pays to be early and have these types of ideas, right? So we got in at 50 cents. We sold a bunch at $1. Ended up, I was trying to sell a little bit more here, and I ended up buying on accident, and then I ended up just exiting the ones that I was trying to sell, as well as the additional ad on accident. And I'm holding this overnight, this IRBT. So all in all, it was like a 200% trade intraday, maybe a little bit more. I'm thinking we can maybe see some continuation on this. Of course, you'll know because you'll be watching this on Thursday, but oh, this is the other IRBT. So this is I did the 150s as well. I didn't tell anyone about this. I just did it because it was so illiquid that I don't want anyone to follow me on anything like that. But where's the IRBT 120s? There you are. IRBT 120s, which had a tighter spread. Got it at 50. Exited some at 1. And then, exited a bunch at 190. And we'll see what happens with the rest of it. So all in all, solid trade as well. And I think we can see some solid continuation to the upside if that level is able to break and hold tomorrow. And let's go through one other trade, guys, just because I haven't done a trade review in a while. Let's go through one that didn't work. So I think, let's see here. GOVX is a good one. So basically took a starter on GOVX at 550, had the stop around 520, got stopped at 517. And we can actually look at this trade as well. Intraday. There we go. So I was buying at the breakout level and it got rejected at it. And then essentially it just stopped me out. So not a huge deal. it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, was looking for a breakup, failed. Tight risk, didn't add into it or anything like that. Kept it nice and controlled. And, maybe this thing can break out another day, but, certainly you can see the downtrend break I was looking for. On these little small stocks, it's always a starter, and then obviously if you get momentum, add into those types of positions. Anyways, a lot of stuff that we just went through. Hopefully, some of the stuff helps you. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But always good to go through some trades that happen on days like today, because I think there's a lot of interesting situations. Anyways, that's it, guys. If you have any questions, you can go to SpartanTrading.com. Otherwise, have a good one. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys next week.